Umar bin Kattab's conversion to Islam was one of the most important events in the early history of Islam. Umar was one of the Quraysh figures who initially strongly opposed Islam and the Prophet Muhammad. However, God's guidance came to him in a very dramatic and touching way. Here is a summary of the story. Background: before converting to Islam, Umar bin Kattab was one of the main enemies of the preaching of the Prophet Muhammad. He was known as a strong, firm and respected man among the Quraysh. He really hated Islamic teachings and even intended to kill the Prophet Muhammad. Intention to kill the Prophet Muhammad. One day, Umar came out of his house with his sword drawn, intending to kill the Prophet Muhammad. On his way, he met a man from Bani Zura, in some traditions called Umar bin Abdullah, who said, "Where do you want to go, O Umar?" Umar answered, "I want to kill Muhammad, who divided the Quraysh nation and insulted the religion of our ancestors." That person said, "Then, you should take care of your own family first. Your sister, Fatima bin Kattab, and her husband, Sa'id bin Zaid, have converted to Islam." Umar visits his sister's house. Umar was angry and went straight to his sister's house. At that time, Fatima and her husband were studying the Quran from a friend named Kabab bin al-Arat.
When Umar entered, Kabab immediately hid. Umar heard the reading of the Quran and beat Sa'id and Fatima. However, after seeing the blood pouring from his younger brother's face, Umar melted a little and said, "Greater than, please give me the reading you were reading earlier." Fatima said, "Greater than, you must not touch it except after bathing." After bathing, Umar read the page containing Surah Taha verses 1 to 14, and he was so touched by the beauty and depth of its contents. That was when his heart began to open. Umar converts to Islam. After that, Umar went straight to Darul Arqam, where the Prophet and his companions gathered secretly. When they arrived, the companions were afraid. However, the Prophet ordered that the door be opened for Umar. After entering, Umar said, "I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah." The Muslims shouted the takbir loudly because they were very happy. Impact of Umar's conversion to Islam. Umar's conversion to Islam brought about great changes. He became a protector of dua openly. He said, "Greater than, O Messenger of Allah, aren't we on the truth? Why should we hide?" Since then, Muslims have begun to dare to show their identity openly. Conclusion: Umar bin Kattab's conversion to Islam is proof that Allah's guidance can come to anyone, even to those who are most fiercely opposed to Islam. After converting to Islam, Umar became one of the Prophet's greatest companions and the second caliph after the death of Abu Bakr, and was known as a just and wise leader.